Hi, you're watching PHILODENDRON, and in today's video, I'm repotting a few plants and answering some of your questions. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, hi, welcome, I'm Patrick and I'm a houseplant enthusiast, and I love tropical houseplants, cacti and succulents, and carnivorous plants. So if you want to see how I slowly build the botanical garden of my dreams, then I suggest you consider hitting subscribe. In today's video, I need to repot a lot of plants, and I asked you guys to send me some questions a few weeks back on my Instagram stories, so thank you guys for all of those questions. You really came through, and today I'm going to answer as many of those questions as I repot these plants. So let's get started. Okay, so the first plant that I am going to repot is this Philodendron subhistatum. It has just outgrown its little 4-inch pot and I'm gonna put it in this. It's gonna be a lot more stable too. And the first question is, have you always been comfortable in front of the camera? No. And part 2 of that question, because I want to start making videos, but can't get over the cringe of filming myself. Honestly, yes, it is cringy at first, but it's just something that you get used to, and like with everything else, you adapt. You will adapt. So I think you should try it, and who knows, you might love it. Okay, so the next question is, when plant shopping, how can you tell you're picking a healthy plant? And I honestly do it all based on how everything looks above the soil, because I hardly ever, if ever, take the plant out of a pot in a nursery to check its roots. I think that's just pretty invasive for the plant. So I'd rather not. And I've never really had a problem choosing an unhealthy plant, even ordering online. It does help to be able to pick whatever plant you want, but sometimes you just get what you get, and it always works out. I mean, if you're attentive to the plant's needs and, you know, respond or react to however it's progressing or not, it tends to always work itself out. So that is how I know that I'm picking a healthy plant. I don't. I just hope for the best. Favorite propagation method? Well, I almost always do water propagation, just because it's the easiest to do. It's just really convenient to fill up a container and plop it in. But I really do enjoy rooting in perlite. I rooted a Hoya australis lisa recently in perlite, and the experience was pretty good. I do recommend rooting it in perlite in a glass container, because you're able to see the progress of the roots and see the plant grow that way. So I thought that was really cool. So there it is. I am using this little stick for support, and I use this plant Velcro to attach it to there, and it should be a little more stable once I water it. I do like to water it after repotting because it settles the soil and it makes everything a lot more solid in there. About the plant community, my favorite thing is that everyone is so welcoming and super nice, and it's been really easy to make some really cool friends. So that is my favorite thing about the plant community. What's my favorite part of the houseplant hobby? My favorite part of the houseplant hobby is learning about all these plants. And I don't know, whenever I see a new plant and learn about it, I am just in so much awe and wonder, and I feel like that's so like super good for you. I feel like that's really good for your soul. And what's a houseplant chore that I always dread? To be honest, it is repotting. Look at me, I'm sweating. But the cool thing is that I have these questions from you guys. The next plant that I'm going to pot is this Syngonium pink spot that is super cute. And I'm gonna pot it up in this pink pot that matches it. I'm excited to see how this is gonna look. And the next question is, if I won $1 million, what would be the first plant that I would buy? It would probably be either a UPI or a Spiritus Sancti. That's okay, so if I won $1 million, yeah, I'd have so much more still. For anything else, like I wouldn't buy any other plant. Maybe like a nice cactus that's ethically raised from a nursery, but huge and expensive. I don't know. But yeah, I would do that and then book some flights. What are you doing with those bags? Oh, okay, so I posted a picture of me holding a bag of perlite and charcoal, and I think that's it. Oh no, pumice too. And I like to add those to my ocean forest, my Fox Farm ocean forest potting mix. And I just like to use that particular soil because I'm familiar with it. I've been using it for years. Like I got into like some container gardening like years ago out in my patio, and I used Fox Farms Ocean Forest like ever since those days, so I like it, I trust it. And I like to mix those in there for added drainage. See, I have a video up of me mixing my favorite soil, and it has orchid bark and a little bit of charcoal, but a lot of pumice and or perlite. So yeah, that's what I was doing with those bags. And now I'm just playing with dirt. But ta-da! Okay, so the next plant that I'm going to pot up or repot is this Syngonium Confetti. And I got this super cute pot in a hanging like macrame hanger. It's all twisted up right now, but I'm gonna untwist that. Isn't this super cute? I got this from Love Cat Designs. Follow her on Instagram. But I got this at the swap last weekend, and I thought it'd be perfect for this, so. Oh yeah. You might be wondering why my plants look a little thirsty, but I like to wait until the plant or like the pot is dry. I don't know why, but for some reason, repotting it just goes a lot smoother when it's dry, because like it's not all muddy and crumbly. What inspired you to buy your first plant, and what was it? Well, this time around, I would have to say that quarantine inspired me to buy my first plant, and it was a croton. I still have it actually, and it's living outside, so put your crotons outside. It'll like its life so much more. The next question is, are you a full-time content creator? Always look forward to watching your videos. Thank you. No, I am not. But how great would that be? I think it'd be so cool to be able to focus like all of my time and effort into like these videos, because I like had no idea that I'd be having so much fun. Just putting that out there. Universe. What are my top wish list plants? Well, right now I would have to say my top wish list plants. There it is. Is like, are we going realistic or not? Well, I'm bordering, like, I'm getting to a time where my wish list plants are becoming unrealistic. But I guess like my top wish list plant right now would probably be a Anthurium luxurians, because I think those are beautiful. And a Philodendron serpens. Oh, okay, that's on top of my wish list. My wish list is never gonna be complete, but I am at a point where I'm really happy with what I have. So yeah. And I don't know if these will... There it is. I think it'll trail eventually. Cute. All right, so we are moving on up to the main event, where I am now repotting my huge Philodendron Floridas, both of them. Speaking of Florida, I have this in my head. I really want to go to the Aeroid show this fall or September. What do you guys think? Should I try to do it? I think it'd be so cool. And I'd love to go plant shopping in Florida. Outside of that, ugh. So it's so wobbly. I am taking it out of this 6-inch pot. This is a little scary. And the next question is, what's your most difficult plant? Well, that changes like weekly. And this week it is my Alocasia like dragon scale. I don't know what it wants. I put it in my grow tent and it still doesn't look happy, so I don't know. That's my most difficult plant. How much time in between filming an episode and putting it up on YouTube? Well, it really depends. Like sometimes I do it same day. And if it's like a really cool plant at a nursery for really cheap, I try to put it up as soon as possible, because I know how helpful that can be for you guys to, you know, get a good deal on some wishlist plants. And sometimes a few days, because it takes a while for me to edit it, or I like would like to batch record some videos. Why is this plant stuck? There it is. Ugh. That. I'm going to put it in this huge pot, and you guys might think it's way too big, but honestly, like if your soil is well draining enough, you can put it in a big pot and it'll have so much more room to grow. it'll be pretty happy. But if the soil is well draining enough, it will be fine. It won't get root rot. And plus, I really wait until the soil is dry until I water it again. I don't follow a watering schedule, so I am just constantly watering plants, it seems, especially in the summer. But it's pretty relaxing. Okay, and I'm supposed to be answering questions. Plant advice for beginners. Oh, well, I think I was already touching on that with the watering schedule. Like, plants, so many plants die from overwatering, and I feel like that is such a common, like, I wouldn't even say mistake, it's like a trap to fall under as a new plant parent, because when you see a plant not doing well, you just think that it needs water, right? But sometimes the roots are damaged from having too much water. So yeah, that is my plant advice for beginners, to really make sure that the soil is dry, and that's when you water it. Don't fall, or don't buy into the whole like watering schedule, because it's nature and it doesn't run on a clock like that. It'll just dry when it's dry, right? Depending on your conditions and everything. What fertilizer do you use? I like to use a group of fertilizers, but this is what I have right now. I have like this like squid emulsion. Sounds gross, huh? It smells gross, but it is by, shoot, maybe I'll just I'll put a picture up of it somewhere on the screen, and I'm using that until it's done. So far so good though. I really like what it's done. And voila, wow, looks so much better already. Awesome. Okay, so finally, this is the last plant. My Philodendron Florida Ghost. It's like seeing how well the beauty turned out. I'm really excited to pot this one up. And the next question is, if you could only keep 10 plants in your current collection, who's coming with you? All right, well, this is gonna take some time. I would take the plants that I'm potting right now because I put all this work into it. So that is 5. So I just gotta think of 5 more. Probably, I'm gonna do like a quick swipe of my little cactus table and hope for the best. So yeah, those will probably be my next 5 to swipe. But that would be sad. What time do I wake up? I wake up, well, whenever I intend to like wake up late and sleep in, I always wake up at 8:30. But whenever I do have to wake up at a certain time, it is generally at 8:30. So that was a really long answer for 8:30 a.m. If you could only take one plant with you, which would it be? It would probably be... Ooh, I forgot to include my Anthurium red crystallinum to my 10 list. That's definitely coming with me. So then the rest would have to be, oh no, and my Paraíso Verde. So that's 7. And then probably like 3 cacti. And the one plant that I would take with me would probably be, that's a hard one. That's a toss up between, that's like hard to pick between 3. So the 3 that I'm deciding between are the Florida Beauty with the beautiful variegated leaves right next to me that I just potted up, or my red Anthurium crystallinum, or my Philodendron Paraíso Verde. So it'd probably be it would probably depend, and it would be like a game time decision. And the next question is, okay, my first plant ever and the story behind it. My first plant ever as an adult, like went from when I first moved out. That's like a good kind of time to start the timer on like my first plant, because I've had many plants as a kid even. But my first plant as an adult would be this cactus from my best friend Christine. She gave it to me, I think either like for my birthday or like a housewarming gift or something. And I've kept it alive ever since. And now it's like this huge plant. Well, it's not super huge, but it's like bigger than, way bigger than what it was from the 99-cent store. And I'm gonna use this big rod because this guy needs it. All right, another advice is when cutting like twisty ties or Velcro for plants, cut it longer than you think it is. Like give it an extra inch because I always cut these way too short. Then I cut too much, but that's okay. I like to reuse them. So when I cut them in like long, it's almost like a universal fit. Awesome. That looks so cool. So this is my Philodendron Florida Ghost. And I actually want to try something really cool and interesting, and I think it'd be really cool to show you guys my journey with notching, because I want to try notching this and that, because these are a little leggy, I would say, and notching it would, I think, achieve the fullness that I am after. Because see, I see some like leafless nodes down here. This is where I think the growth point broke off earlier in the year. I think that was in January. Man, that seems so long ago. But thinking about how painful it was, seeing that broken caterpillar, the feeling is still very fresh. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. as I answered some questions and chatted with you guys and repotted these plants. I thank you, and these plants thank you for being here for me, because I usually don't enjoy doing that, but that was fun, and yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. But if you like this video, you know what to do. Give me a bone and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to support my channel and see more of my plant videos, please hit that subscribe button. I can't wait to see you in the next video. I just don't want to miss you too much, so if you can show me some love in the comments, and I'll meet you there. Bye!